he engages in, and it opens up for round wins.
Let's take a look at our maps. 7-map pool again. 6 maps of those will be taken away, and 1 left. Who is the decider on this one? Secret will decide and remove Clubhouse in favor of Villa. So, Secret, what have they done on this map? Stats girl, go.
I don't have the statistics in front of me. Hold on. No, I mean,
Not to throw anyone under the bus or anything, but
this is
what was their score 6 months ago?
The first series where I haven't had everything laid out in front of me. I mean, I can tell you straight off the bat that Team Secret, they came to this map, I believe, a couple of times towards the start of the season. And they also did back in Challenger League as well. I remember because they played Yana. And not in Challenger League, but they played Yana in EE League. And they had some interesting moments. Like, for example, we saw some really wide basement roams be made by them that got, like, caught out, and then they would repeat the same mistakes a couple of times. So evidently this is a bit more of a comfort map for them, but I want to see them bring out something new, because at this point, the statistics, the tactics and the strategy that they've used on this map, I think other teams have pretty much read into.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Alex, we're going to get into the game, but what do you see in score?
They went 5-7 against G2, so draw, I assume.
Fair enough. Gio?
It's chaos. Of course it's a draw.
Fair enough. Let's see if...
I got you fresh.
Let's see if chaos... Oh my god, that is actually the highest draw rating we've ever had. 26%, 38-36 chaos and Team Secret. There we go. Gentlemen, ladies, I think it is time for us to kick it. Gentlemen, ladies, all of... There's more than just you watching this, Gio, okay? There's people watching that we're talking to. No, nobody else. So here we are. It's all up to our casters. It's Chaos v Secret. All yours, Hop and Jess.
Thank you, Gisam, for well, the little bit of a fight on the intro there. But it doesn't matter, Jess. We just had the battle for the mini-major. Just like unfold over 3 matches. But now we have something different up on our, on our plates right here. It's the battle for last place. Or 9th
Battle
place.
for the wooden spoon.
Battle
we love
for the
those
wooden
battles.
Spoon.
I mean, you kind of, and I don't want to say a team wants to walk away with the wooden spoon, right? That's not fair to say, but at least you walk away with something.
I mean, it's kind of true because 9th and 10th place don't get any points for the 6th Invitational, so 10th place literally would be giving you that wooden spoon. So that's something.
Is that an Australian thing? Do you guys do wooden spoons overseas?
No,
or
we
is
have
that
participation
literally...
prizes.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
maybe in non-Netherlandish lands.
Well, nonetheless,
lands,
Villa we get to go to.
Yes.
No more Oregon repetition, which is kind of nice for this week, and of course very necessary given the stakes that were on this last Playday. And Secret and Chaos. We saw Oregon so much last week.
Yeah, no, in total. Yeah, last week we did.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It was one of the most
we still have
played
APAC,
maps.
Jess. So
True.
don't cheer
But
too early.
you know what Chaos don't have? Ash. Again, another Ash ban against Chaos. And Crime says, don't worry, I practice Zofia a lot. And everyone's laughing, going, ha, we'll see how that goes for you, Crime, because he's known for his Ash plays. That's why you'd get rid of an Ash.
I called him out once, like, back in the day, he was still in Diffuse Kids, so there's like, Diffuse Kids has 4 Ash mains on their team, but none of them are Leon, because Leon had in his bio, like the IGL Thermite player, Ash main for Diffuse Kids, and the others didn't. And then Krein was like, what do you mean I'm an Ash main? So I literally showed him the stats. He's like, oh yeah. Yeah, you kind of have a point there, and he kind of tries to bring it across here to EUL. However, he will be on the Zofia this time. Well, not yet. Jaeger for now, but second half.
Well, he said he'll be on the Zofia, so we'll see how that plays out for him. However, the Jaeger's still in play, so the Ash Jaeger main, he'll still get 50% of that. And they'll start over an Aviator. Looks like they were flashing the pulse there, but the Clash is something that they wanted to hide. And Prano will also 6th pick, but it seems he's not very decided on what yet. It will be the Nomad, and that's going to be great. I mean, you could use it to counter the Clash, but you could also use it to cover the flanks more importantly. We've seen I think we saw one try of it on Oregon, funnily enough.
I believe it was Chaos actually trying.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Chaos trying to get rid of the flash right there. But The thing is, like, if you manage to like single her out, all you have to do is just get that air jab right behind her and she'll go flying. So it's like, the shield is not immune for that air jab, so that's something to keep in mind. But it's of course hard to get that one air jab you will probably save for that one occasion that you might be facing off to that clash, to use it properly. And maybe then even it is still worth more to actually put them on the flanks to make sure you do not have to worry about your back.
Looks like Veto wants to set up Maestro cams that give complete line of sight to both hallways. They've also opened up quite a lot of the wall between sides, but most of that will be closed to allow for the smoke babes to rain over the top safely. And considering the spawn of most of the secret players, I can only imagine that surely they want to do a bit of an underneath push with Hive on the IQ. There's no Thatcher in play, so they're going to have to go underneath if they do want to get these walls open. Or they could bring a Kali, and there we go. The clash gets spotted out finally, and they know exactly what they're up against.
Gonna have to deal with that now. Try and save some of the utility they have available to them to make sure they can use it properly. Either double impact from below or get a grenade, but KS is not going to be quite safe. Look at his angle that Vito's holding. Be watching into the Art Studio door that connects Art Studio to the piano area. Draven, he's aware of the fact that these verticals are being created because he spots another one there and he's snaking his way through. I was going to say just as a true Chaos player, but it's of course one of Secret. He's starting things off. We'll be able to get the kill into Veto. That's the Maestro gone. No more evil eyes to really worry about.
That was a really good read into the situation as well. Oftentimes when you peek those vertical holes, either someone's already looking at you and you die, or you're waiting for them to get back to the vertical so you get a free kill yourself. It was a good read into that situation, as we said. But finally, the walls will start to get open, and I'm not sure whether or not, I mean, there was no wall denial, so I think they worked that out pretty early with the IQ, and they were able to open it up. Good shot from Draven there into the head of Renaults. That's going to be the Wamai down, and that should be study control and south stairs control. Now they need to get classical hallway control, and that's going to be a bit difficult with the evil eye and a couple of plays there, but this grenade could completely prove me wrong. What a start here for Secret.
And this is something that we've seen a lot in the Challenger League. Their attacks are just so on point. They use all their utility before they have to go for these gunfights. And that's what you leave them at right now. Prana will come in, clean it all up. He picks up a double kill of himself, able to just line them up here as he cuts across, cuts the pipe perfectly. And there's nothing they can do. Secret, able to take round number 1 and put it in the bag. And, well, start working towards that win to potentially overtake Chaos, because whoever wins this one will be on the 9th place.
I've often given a lot of credit to Secret for how they attack and how methodical they are with their attacks. I'm often very impressed that they have a lot of emphasis towards using their utility first and then engaging in gunfights when they need to. It's very unlike a lot of the other teams that we see these days. So Secret has the right mentality. I just don't think that with the time on their hands often that they have the time management that's needed for a team to be quite as good as they have potential to be. Nonetheless, we'll move into the second round, and Chaos is going to be reeling after that one. Very convincing round for the likes of Secret. But look at this, a little bit of a extended hold, likely a closet hold for this particular site. You don't always get to see this, but I do like when they pull it out.
Do they have Zofia Shotgun? Yeah, they do. So we're most likely going to be seeing the Zofia Shotgun in there. Maybe even putting up a shield on that wall, on that window as well. At least I assume Veto is going to be going up for that one. Would hope so, at least. As he's making his way back up. You see a lot of ADSs being deployed right there. And you're also looking at it and you see no Thatcher on the board that has been banned out. Means it's relatively safe to play inside there, and Veto indeed slowly moving over. The question is he actually going to be playing that hard and make sure that it's a suicide mission? Will he have him get himself an opportunity to still fall back?
I wonder if they put KS on the Kali because it, 1, obviously counters wall denial, and 2, can also counter the clash, of which they'll have neither to deal with this round. So KS is just going to be a gun for hire, really, and he'll be able to get rid of some ADSs and some shields as well with his lances. He could even open the castles as well, so it's not really a wasted pick. but not one that they probably really brought for that intention to begin with. Nonetheless, round 2 starts off sort of slow. They droned out the Roma before, and that was the Jaeger, and it was Cryan who was just running around wildly, and I'm not sure where he's ended up. There we go, all the way back on site.
Just holding there. Draven, meantime, cutting through landing. Making sure the top of red is safe, but we'll be using his, the Gemini replicator for that. Let's quickly check in, then running through. Statue right there, spots exactly out where Shate is, knows as well. There's this rotation that will be used to at least cover Veto for that small bit. Castle barricade right next to it to make sure that the windows are not going to be accessible to it. So Hive picks up the kill to Shate. That is the kill that we're looking for. Oh, how did he get that?
Was that the roof angle?
That was the roof angle.
Roof. I love that.
Beautifully played.
Cryan will kick things off back into the face of Secret, taking off the head of KS. And while Shate is dropping 0 kills thus far, at least KS won't be too much of a loss for the likes of Secret. But that's it. Now they know that Vito's playing closet here. He shot off the Xcaros off the statue wall. And what they need to do to deal with him here is get grenades of Draven. I believe he should have both left, and if they cook those ADSs, they should be able to at least dissuade him. But Draven's not in the right spot for this.
Definitely not. He's going to be tossing in grenades, but it will be caught by the magnets, and a lot of frags coming in left, right, and center. 44 seconds left on the clock. And they will need to go in now. Are they going to be able to get it? That's the question. Kill coming in. Prana will go down. Secret. Only 2 members left. Chaos. Are they going to be able to stall? Grenade to toss in as well. Draven able to pick up the kill to Cryan. We're in a 2-2. Slowly nearing that 0-second mark. As Shate will be a bit of a disconnect, unfortunately. He won't be back in time, but it doesn't really matter right now. A Secret still on a 2-2. They're going to be able to get it. Plant going down. Draven, you have to cover. Will he cover? The smoke canister is not in position. The plant will go down, but Expo will lose his life. Yeah, at least filled out his job right there, as it's going to be Draven to pick up 1. At least it's in a 1-on-1 situation after plant. It's only up to Renewals now. He has a shield to cover him. Is Draven going to be aware of the fact that the flank is coming in? Win off the defuse, but it's going to be the kill for Renewals to come in eventually. Goes off at the right time. Spots it out that he was being baited by Draven to just run and not actually go for the peek. Did the right thing on going for the kill right there instead of the actual stick.
Yeah, I mean, most players, especially in a 1v1 like that, and of course you can come back to our faces because of, unfortunately, Shate got killed so bad that it just ejected him from the server. So
I'm not super deep fried this time, so.
Yeah, if you're wondering what Hap is saying about deep fried, for whatever reason, every broadcast, his camera comes either super bright or super saturated, no matter what settings he changes on his camera. I feel like production has it out for him. I don't know what's going on here. They don't change anything, but for whatever reason, he keeps showing up all different colors every day of the week, which is
next time I'm green. Like you never know.
Yeah.
You have to tune in tomorrow morning if you wanna see me in green. So.
Nonetheless, good rounds there from Secret. Obviously, they're a clutch coming in from the end there for Renaults. You said baiting the plant there. The reason I want to point out why that's so important is in a 1v1 situation, you can't stick the defuse unless you know the player's far enough away. There's no possibility for you to do that. You're going to get peeked. It's a 7-second defuse. That's a heck of a long time, but Renaults played that pretty perfectly.
He definitely did. Like, he got that kill, so he knew, like, okay, it's a 1-on-1 right now, and all he had to do is just go for that defuse, listen. Just listen to whatever is going on around you. Find out where they're coming from, and at that moment, either go for the kill or be a true pro and don't fake. But he managed to go for the kill eventually, and that was the right decision in the end, as he did get that final one down, and eventually with that around as well. So we're staying quite close. It's not a 2-0 yet.
No, not indeed. However, this matchup, and when we say this, we want to be as kind as possible. This matchup won't do anything realistically to the standings. It won't do anything for either team. No team's going to walk away with more or less points per se towards the majors or the Six Invitational or whatever. Today, we were able to identify exactly which 4 teams are going to be going to the mini major. It was G2, BDS, Rogue, and then VP by 1 round because Na'Vi were not able to secure themselves that draw or win. So as a result, VP gets to move on through and become mini major participants. And unfortunately for the rest of the teams, well, they're going to have to, I guess, sit behind closed doors throughout this break and between this stage and next stage and work out what went wrong, what they need to do into the next stage. Because, I mean, if you're one of these bottom two teams like Chaos and Secret, if this was the last stage, you could be relegated.
Definitely true. Like, if this was the last stage, they would be possibly fighting for the outer relegation spot right now.
Yeah.
Which is not really where you want to be in. You want to be, if you're going to get relegated, at least in the 9th position, because you're going to have an opportunity to fight the number 2 Challenger League, which will be played later. To still have that opportunity of surviving. But, you know what would be even better, Jess? To end 8th or higher, you know, so you don't even get into the position where you could get relegated.
That's true, and Chaos is the type of team that we've seen escape relegations time and time again. I mean, if we think about previous seasons, they've been able to just narrowly escape that sort of relegation position in the older iterations of Pro League, for example, as well, and have other teams fall down behind them. I think for Team Secret, jumping into Tier 1, you know, having stormed through Tier 2, jumping into Tier 1, they're the kind of team that has felt like maybe they're in the deep end here. They haven't been able to really collect themselves throughout this stage, and with the new format, which I really want to praise. I think this, 3 stages throughout the year, of course, only 2 for this year because of the delay, but 3 stages throughout the year, it gives teams like this the opportunity to rectify mistakes over multiple stages rather than coming in, doing 9 play days and being like, well, we didn't have enough time to fix this. We couldn't bring it back, and as a result, we're all the way back in Challenger League again. We could have done better with more time, and we said that about Vitality too. What do you reckon about Vitality? I mean, they pull out a big win tonight as well.
They did pull out a big win, but of course it's like, the teams that are secure, they will not be playing at their best. So it's always a bit like, I don't want to take anything away from Vitality. Let's just get that clear. But like, if a team is like already secured, they're not as likely to give stuff away. And we've seen in the past that it actually works as well. So it's always a bit of a mismatched image you have right there. How much does it really say about Vitality if they get a win in tonight?
Oh, harsh words there. I hope Fabian's not listening because he's already the harshest critic of his team. I mean, so do I, and I've said from the very beginning, I think they'll do quite well as a team, given longevity. But I think Team Secret's that type of team as well. We said in the first round specifically that their attacks are very tactical, they're very methodical, and I'm hoping to see more of that in that first half as we jump back into the game. Everyone's back in the lobby, ready to go. 1 round apiece. Moving into the 3rd round. Looks like we will go to Aviator and Games Room. No more Carly, but that is probably the wrong decision now that the 6th pick onto the Clash is back yet again.
Well, I mean, Jess, they went to the Capital. So
Attackers need to locate.
I think Capital is still a better counter than a Kali, because, I mean, Kali's only really useful against the Clash if he's like in the open and there's someone to back you up. Because if he has the cover, for example, he's standing behind the sofa, there's nothing you can really do with the Clash. You can knock about the shield, but you're not going to be able to land a second shot in because he's covered off. So I think that the Cappy is better. Just getting those fire arrows in, get a nice little crisp onto that Clash.
Shout out to Chaos, tweeting out in support of their team. You love to see it. Love to see really supportive organizations, of which there are many in Siege. It's a very tight-knit community. It's good to see that. Nonetheless, this round, I think, is very integral for Chaos because they got swept in the first round. There's no other way to say it. They definitely got swept in the first round, knocked a bit of back and came back on the second round. Now in this round, they need to solidify that confidence, that momentum. Otherwise, Secret might be able to bring it back. I need to, whilst we go through this round, Hap, I'm going to check about some of the stats as to how this map is going, either attack or defensive sided, and see what we're looking at.
Go ahead. As Hive, just patiently waiting, holding off on that 90 win, and as I said, patiently he jumps down and puts down a Claymore. I think he will be going into bikes right there, not too sure, as Draven and Chaos are looking to take control of the main stairs. Secret are aware of the fact that they need to get as many rounds in right here as possible, as well. Jess most likely will confirm soon that it is slightly defense-sided. Unless it's EU, because EU for a while had like attack-sided feeling, I believe.
Yeah, we did have, well, actually, Villa used to be one of the most defensive-sided maps in all the map pool when it first came out, and everyone complained about it as a result. Nowadays, it sits at about... Yeah, I mean, nowadays it sits at about 56% defensive-sidedness, so not too much. But of course, so do most of the maps, sit between 50 to 60%, except for Theme Park. We won't talk about Theme Park.
Can you give me the stats on Theme Park? I want to talk about it now.
It's only been played once and it has an 88% defensive rate.
Well, there we go. So, you know, if you're a good defensive team, definitely go there. Anyway, KS in the meantime will be on top of the main stairs. Playing with the M249. Nice crosshair scope on it. As, the Hibana will be opening up the default angles. But look at that, there's going to be a Maestro camera. Yes, the grenade comes in, but the Maestro Evil Eye actually catches my attention more. He's going to be able to deal with the X-Kairos pellets, making sure that the vault will remain playable right here for Veto. Otherwise, he would not be able to use that angle as he is right now. It's quite huge, I must say. Sloppiness right here from Secret, not being aware of the fact that there was a Evil Eye behind that couch. Next set of X-Kairos will be used. The question is, will it this time pop, or is it going to be denied yet again?
They'll see that clone running through Classical Hall. But I don't think they got a lot of information from it, and now they'll go moving through to pinch onto the site. We've said Secret have very methodical attacking sides, but Shate on the Clash is going to cause a big issue here. They don't have 90 control either. There's only 15 seconds left. Somehow the time has dwindled down. All Veto needs to do is hold down Mouse 1 and stop them from entering Aviator. Flames will fly out as well, but no one will be collected, and Prano gets red groove, so now it looks like an A pushes the plan. Can they do it? Yes, they will. And it looks like that rotate from Study over to Classical Hall was the exact play they needed as KS held the crossfire.
It was definitely the right play, KS. Able to stay there on the Study door. Just get a couple of shots in. With that, get the 2 final kills. Secret will be taking the lead here. And we know that they're a team that is strong on their attacks. And they would definitely like to favor from that as much as they can on the defense side of the map if they manage to get 3 or 4 rounds in. Oh man, they are in for a treat as soon as they go up to the second half. And might remove themselves from their bottom spot because that's where they currently find themselves, as Chaos with 5 draws is actually above them right now.
Is that a like record for the most draws that a team has had in one season? Because I can't seem to find the stats. Like, I'm going back through, like, previous seasons about how many teams have been able to draw so many times, but I haven't been able to find one with 5.
Double round robin, so it's like there would be even more opportunity to get it. But if they didn't, I don't know if that's a record you would like to have.
That's true. Kitchen Hold, however, looks like Chaos wants to just give up on Aviator.
Definitely looks like it. I'm going to try that again. I mean, it didn't work out twice, so I have to commend them for the fact that they are changing things up and going to the kitchen dining now. As obviously Trophy Statue is still locked, not going to be able to go back there yet. Next round they can. So they might want to vacate up here into the dining kitchen to try and get an extra round in before they can go back to their trustworthy side, which came down to a 1-on-2 in the end anyway.
It hasn't been very convincing defensive rounds for Chaos, but doesn't matter if you can win them in the end. Here's a bit of an entry. Who wins this gunfight? No one yet. Draven's been a very good entry player for Secret, so if he wants to try and take out Shate here, he can. Shate's not had a good couple of rounds either, but who managed to get that down? I think that might have been the Legion, but Renaults will finish him off. And that's the entry gone. Now, Secret are a player down into their assault onto Kitchen, especially one with grenades like that. That's an important one, and oh no, KS does not have a site or prefers that particular site.
Which gun is he using? ARX, or is he using...
Yeah, ARX.
Well, Ryan's going to be able to get the kill to Hive. I mean, it's a very clean one, I must say, because it's like kind of like the Bandit MP7, right? It's super clean. I mean, I run the iron sights because it's way cleaner than using a big hollow or a red dot. So if you're using a 1x anyway, it's not really any point to put it on because it just blocks more of your vision than it actually gives you.
Well, they'll use one set of their X-Kairos to open up a line of sight into the lounge. And that living room now makes it completely unsafe to play in unless you're going to hide in this corner behind the bench, of which Shate is hoping to get one kill. He'll get one. He might be able to get a second if he's lucky here. He knows that there's a Habana playing there. C4 rains out. A bit of a waste, but Expo will pick up one. Good shot from him. He knows there's another playing there as well, but Shate, better shot there onto the head of Expo. It's all up to Prano now. 1v4, not impossible with 1 minute left on the clock, but also something you don't want to leave any player to do.
Definitely not Prano. He's finding himself, well, stuck between a rock and a hard place, as he'll be able to move across just a little bit. But probably as soon as he picks up on that, the fuser Shate is going to be knowing that. Most likely holding a pixel-ish angle. Just to get the right amount of information, knowing that they're indeed true. There we go. Instantly goes off of it. Goes in a more passive angle, forcing Prano to actually go through that door if he wants to go for the gunfight here. Teammates in the meantime have arrived as well. It is going to be Veto to try and support him with these last 25 seconds left. Surely nothing would happen. And indeed, he will be taken down. It is going to be Veto eventually to get that kill. And Chaos, they will be bringing things back to equal numbers, but when are they not?
Oh no. Is this foretelling a possible draw into the future? It's too early into the matchup to tell. But it's good to see that when Chaos knows where the attack is coming from, especially when they have man count, they move several of their players over to help with the crossfire. I think it's very important that you see teams, especially teams like Chaos, who for the most part, outside of, Cryan and I guess maybe a little bit of Shate, although Shate's been there for longer, have the experience and the time with each other to have that synergy and that coordination to go, let me move up, let me crossfire with you. And of course, Shate is an extraordinarily experienced player in the scene, so he would know to call for that if he needed it as well. Good coordination, good synergy from Chaos here. Keeps them level with Secret, but I think Secret there, they let their guard down. They focus too much on trying to get drones in and find out players rather than getting those entries in with the live drones instead.
All right. And I would say, is this, like the round that just won, was that because they chose a different side? Or was it because their overall play was better? Because I felt that roam really worked out. But then again, would Secret go for such a roam clear if you would be playing AVGs? I don't think they would, because there's really no need to. If you're leaving 2v5 on site, they will overrun you. And I think that is like the power of kitchen dining. A horizontal roam can actually work wonders there.
Yeah, I was much more impressed with their roaming capabilities there, and also just all of the flex players responding to the situation at hand. I felt they had the best crossfires that I've seen them for quite a while, so I would say that maybe moving the site promoted that. But I don't think as a whole, Secret played that attack too well either. They definitely funneled themselves into the setup of Chaos, especially those roamers. So now going into the 5th round, things tied up. Chaos style, as you might say, and good shot onto Cryan there. Overextending himself will get him killed by Prano. That means that there'll be one man down as they attempt to push Shate back. One fireball gone. A bit of a waste, if you ask me.
Well, at least he's going to be out the door, but that is going to be allowing him to go for an impact trick if he has any. He does have 2, but he didn't go for it. Kind of confused as of why not. Gets quick to put some shots in, but it's still a shield that he's dealing with. And he needs to wait for him to go more aggressive before putting in that second flame arrow, the asphyxiating bolt. There's nothing really he has available to him otherwise to try and deal with it. They have these stunts on Zofia. They have 2 grenades on Draven. And they have 1 more asphyxiating bolt. It should be enough to deal with the clash. You just need to time it really well. You need to get it perfectly isolated before you use all that. 90 seconds left. The wall will be opened up, but slowly, Jess.
I think one of the impacts from Shate was wasted when he thought there was Exkyros on the wall, but there wasn't. But that's okay. He's still got his shield, and in fact, they don't even go off. I think they didn't even either hit the wall, or they may have been impacted off by another player, but they don't open the wall the way they thought it was, and now they're going to have to funnel themselves through a clash, through smoke babes, and through pretty much kill doors at this point, because every single player on Chaos is aiming at one of those. It's going to be very hard for them. Just under a minute left. Last smoke babe rains out.
You should know where he
Yeah.
is. There we go. Ooh, beautiful headshot to come in. 5-on-2. Shatter and Renewals, the only ones left standing on Chaos, but they do have that Clash Shield available to them. Will it be enough, Jazz? That's the question I have, because we are slowly counting down. Shatter is being pushed back into the fire. We'll lose him quite a bit of HP, but it's not going to be enough yet to kill him. And it's Renewals and Shatter now both will be able to cover one side each. It is going to be Renewals. Do not win the gunfight as he goes off the angle, and that means Expo's now inside to try and go for the plant down. Secret eventually will be winning it out as Shatter not able to land all the kills with the SMG9. The Clash, it stalled out for quite a bit, but if your team members fall all around you, there's nothing much you can do.
Yeah, I mean, in the wise words of Zeronic, he would say that Clash is just a shield with no real gun capability. We've seen some good gunning with Clash. I will say we've seen the ability for I mean, what is it on Kali as well? That same SPS SMG or whatever you call it.
SPS SMG9.
There we go. Thank you. It's going to tongue tie me no matter how I go to say it, no matter way. But I've seen people get good frags with it. It is a very capable SMG. It doesn't have a lot of mag to it, but you can still aim quite well. Not a lot of recoil, etc. But when you're a shield, that becomes so much harder to be able to frag. You are there for the intel. You are there to stall them out. You are there for that sole purpose, not to frag like you might be able to do with the Kali. Not the same effect. So it becomes very hard then, and not a surprise that when people dropping like flies around you, what can you do?
I mean, on the Kali, it's literally like, you use your lenses, you make sure the wall opens up. You might be holding an angle for a couple of minutes, but after that you need to push. And that's where the SPS SMG9 comes in, and comes in useful. But like, as a Clash, and like a Monty as well, you should not really unextend your shield or put it on your back unless like it's absolutely necessary. You can get like a free kill. Or of course if you're in a 1-on-X situation with that shield. So like, it's the same weaponry, just different uses to it.
Looks like another closet hold here for Veto. He's got the shotgun there for Ella, the FO12. We've seen this used to great effect by teams like Fnatic, even at very big events. So we know its capability. And it looks like this will be their major focus right there. Now, they can hear the shotgun there. If they can cook the ADSs, or maybe even get a firebolt in there at the same time to push him out with a bedroom peek, they might be able to get a free kill here. But if I was them, I'd be focusing on getting rid of those ADSs first.
Definitely so. I mean, you could be expending both of your asphyxiating bolts, one deep, one close, and you should be able to get them out, because I believe I saw, like, the only way out I saw was over the shield, back into the bedroom, or right there through the rotation. So it's able to hold both of them. It should be relatively easy to clean them up, because you just have to shoot. There we go, that's one. Now put the second one a bit further out.
Oh no.
Now, this is wasting utility if you don't toss two in at the same time. One more ADS left. Grenade being tossed in from Draven, so that's lost. Reynolds is going to be able to get a kill into KS. You see, he's playing close here in that bathroom. We'll be tossing in some extra magnets in now as well. So that's even more utility being wasted. Now the last grenade will come in. That's going to be bouncing back, but not enough to kill Veto. So he's going to stay put in that one corner.
That goes to show that even if you rain down all of your utility, if you lack coordination, if you lack the synergy to make it work, then it's not going to pay dividends for you in the end. Some good shots raining out from Sharte onto the window of bedroom, and Vito still alive in closet somehow, some way. Reynolds has been doing an excellent crossfire hold here, and we spoke about Chaos being the team that have enough experience and time together to know what a good crossfire looks like, to know how to communicate effectively. That's what we're seeing here.
It's basically, Veto is that spearhead. He's just sitting all the way in front. Like, there's no way he can get out here. He's dead if he moves, right? And all the other members of Chaos, they're sitting around there making sure that he's not being pushed. All the windows are being covered. There's nowhere that Secret can really go in from. And all that he has to do is just sit put. But what Secret should realize is that, well, if there's 4 or 5 members focused at that one corner of the map, we could just simply go to landing and just try to cut inside the A-bomb site, whilst the 1 or 2 other members are putting pressure onto Veto. And that's exactly what Secret is doing now. But it might be a bit too late. As Skryan is ready here on landing, able to get the kill. Diffuser drop now as well. Smoke canister will be, well, disallowing Hive to actually jump in yet. as he does now. Goes prone straight away, tries to get the kill over the actual diffuser. Renewals will be able to get another kill in, and there comes a jump in from Prano. It's only up to Hive now. Is he going to be able to find anyone? No, he's not. It's a flawless round from Chaos. Perfectly played out. A lot of time stalled out there in that closet by that Ella. I think that's the key play right here that we have to highlight.
The big thing is that you can highlight a setup and a strategy like that, and especially the really pushed up play of Renults into Bathroom to help cover anyone jumping in from Bathroom. And you can say that this is a really good play, and it is. That's not to discount it. But what was going on in Secret's mind to have them expel one of their firebolts in the incorrect position, not cook everything appropriately, and when they did grenade, they grenaded way too far. I mean, there was a lot going wrong with that utility, and we often give Secret a lot of credit for being really good with their utility. So, not sure what happened that round. Yet again, the rounds even up.
The round evens up yet again. And now we're going to be seeing Chaos to continue their draw streak. That would actually secure them the 9th place. Because they have the better round differential. And drawing up, of course, doesn't change anything on the round differential. So for them, it will be 9th. And there's nothing else they can really go to, because I believe they're up both on 5 points right now. And the number 8 is on 9 points. So it's outside striking distance. All they can do is, well, get themselves some extra points for potentially the end of Stage 1, Stage 2 combined. As that is, of course, what eventually will oh, there we go, English is hard. Decide who will be relegating. So, like, you want to get as many points in as early as possible, because that means that you can lack some points later on.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Thank you, 6.
Tejesco, G2 is still holding the record on most draws in one season, 6 draws in Pro League Season 9. And do you know what's funny? I should know that. I was a coach then. I should have known that.
I was going to say, oh, look at the dedication, not even remembering all the stats of that season, but...
Hush, hush, hush. Nonetheless,
hush, hush, hush.
Shate is on the Montaigne. Chaos are getting serious for their first attacking round, as we've now gone through the full first half. And as a result, it looks like the shield push is something they're opting for. The reason taking a Monty can be so important is this. Shate doesn't have to worry about if there's any roamers. He's walking as confidently as possible.
Bulldozer.
He's just literally bulldozing through. If anyone was roaming, he would spot them out very quickly.
C4
C4 underneath. Oh!
I was seeing it, I saw the pulse there. I'm like, look at the C4 from below. There it is. Crying, however, will be able to get the kill to Hive. Expo responds onto Veto, but that's the Monty. I remember saying he can just walk so confidently. Well, I don't think he's confident anymore after that C4 came through. Ryan right now on the chase onto Expo, hoping to hunt down that Witched Pulse that just took down that bulldozer. That Monty, that mountain that was supposed to not even be hurt, has been taken out. But it's C4 from below. It's these little things that matter.
That is a huge play, and the reason it's huge is because, I mean, we often have criticized Expo, especially recently, for his lack of frags, but when you assist your team at removing one of the big hitters of Chaos before they even begin, that's a bigger statistic than can ever be counted.
At least they know 90 is clear. They have that information. Expo tossing in yet another C4, will not be hitting anybody. Renewal's aware that was being tossed out. A little bit of damage done, but nothing too big. Brian's still worrying about a potential flank to come in. In the meantime, Expo already rotated all the way back upstairs, and this is a lot of time being wasted here from Secret. Very well played. Is that a random frag being tossed in? Yes. Reynolds, what are you doing with a random frag like that? You can use that way better later on, you know? Or like in these last 20 seconds when you want to push out that last very member. But well, 30 seconds left. Prime still below, worrying about a potential flank, and I believe Expo might be playing on these Esther stairs, so he could potentially cut down. No, he's actually in the master bedroom now. It's gonna be Chaos and Redgrove both to get a kill, though. Prano's still waiting for these stairs, and Renewals will be dropping down the diffuser in the actual side. It's only up to Crying now. Shields being exploded left, right, and center, and well, only 10 seconds left. There's no way he can still get 2 more kills, because remember, KS is still down onto these different angles. Expo will secure Renewals. Crying will not check his left. And that is Expo to finish it off. Get that final kill in. Secret will be taking the lead.
Expo showing that He can frag out when he wants to. Doesn't have to listen to everyone else. He can have the impact as needed. And unfortunately for Chaos, I think the big thing there, we saw at the start of the round that Kryan said, yes, I'm going to play the Zofia. You can ban my Ashe, but I've been practicing Zofia, no problems. We didn't see a lot of that. We didn't really see him have the impact I think he wanted to have that round. And that came out of things like the C4 from below, being able to impact guys like the Monty of Shate very, very early on in the round. I think they'll be checking out below before they just zoom their Monty through this time. It's going to be Aviator and Games. Very likely that the IQ will be trying to spot out that pulse from below, but there's no pulse to be seen on the lineup of Secret this time.
They pulled it out, they made it work, and they send it back into the vault. Talked about, they're actually playing AVGs, which has a vault. Let's see if they will be playing it. Not with the pills, that is, but any of the other operators. And Shate again will be bringing out that Monty. Now, this might be a bit troublesome for the likes of Secret, because he could just... You see that hole being created there, which they most likely want to use from Vaulton, like soft wall to study. So Aviator to study. Like he might be able to just block that off with a shield, or just completely deny whatever they want to do with it. I don't really see the point yet why it's opened up like that, but sure there must be a reason behind it.
A lot of teams have been running that because it allows them to deny anyone from opening up the games wall or the bar wall from study. So it's a good way to counter it without investing too much. We'll see whether or not that's exactly how they plan on using it. Given there is no Hibana on the lineup of Chaos, and it's not banned either, so they could have brought her. They're going to have only exothermic, so there is absolutely no way they open that bar wall up with an exothermic with that opened up and Draven peeking it from the shield.
Unless you use the shield to actually block it off.
2000 IQ.
Will require a lot of precise play, like you cannot stick out a single pixel of your body. But this is an opportunity, and they might be able to take it as Renewal's able to create some of these, well, rotates on the bottom floor. Will allow them to rotate freely across when they try to hunt down these roamers or try to hold these flanks. And also, maybe even more importantly, allows him to get into the right position to get these grenades in. And look at that, he spots a shield. And what are the chances someone is behind it? He thinks right now, about, 99%, but there is an ADS there as well, and that's something they're not aware of yet. It's also my playing. Is that grenade going to be good? Yes, it is. It's not the kill into Expo. Barely stays alive.
Are they using a drone in cohesion with that? Because oftentimes these grenades from below have been awfully accurate.
It has to be, but I don't see the drone.
I mean, I don't know, because he's cooked a grenade multiple times, so he's being close, and that C4 won't connect with Shate, so that's half C4 gone. Multiple smoke babes as well. Gonna be moving up. Kryan shows us he has been practicing Zofia. He has been working on any other operator other than Ashe. And this is a very clear dominating round here from Chaos. When they keep the shield in play, they can make things work.
Why are we even period crafting who could potentially win the round? Because we know it's going back and forth every single time. Ryan able to just walk up the stairs, kill the player behind the shield, flick up to the player in the 90 hallway. Get him as well. Second or last smoke and has just been used by Expo. So he's quite low on HP as well. That would allow Shate to move a bit more clearly. And look at that, Renewal's able to cover, able to play together with that Monty. As they open it up just a little bit more. Give themselves a little bit more space. Draven will find a response to Kryan, but is it going to be enough eventually? It's a 4-3 still. As Renewals will be dealing some damage. Draven still active though inside this vault. And look at Expo's HP. Just a single tap would take him out. Veto will be able to find the kill to Prano. It's going to be only up to the smoke right now. No more smoke canisters left. He's up against the Monty and up against the Termite. It's Chaos to win it. And a very, well, anticlimactic ending of the round. It was just pick by pick by pick, all slow and steady. But that wins the race in the end, and Chaos able to draw things back up to equal numbers.
I love what you said before. Why bother theory crafting when we know this game should go 4-4, 5-5, and then in the end 6-6? So technically, Team Secret should win the next round, but if Chaos does, it doesn't matter because Team Secret will win the round following, and just as the script predicts...
If Chaos wins, they break the script. This penalty points are breaking the script, Jazz.
I mean, look, if Chaos wins, I'll accept it if Team Secret win the following round. Because it's still following the same trend to some way, shape, or form.
Okay, we can let that one slide. Just that one. But don't you dare win 2 in a row, Chaos. Don't you dare.
Big thing we have to point out here. We have to point this out, Hap. Expo leading the kill chart for Secret. Something that he has not been really able to achieve so far over the past several matches. In fact, rocking one of the lowest ratings in all of EUL, which must put a lot of pressure on you as a player because you must feel like, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying everything I possibly can to be the best player I can. But now he's showing us that he's definitely switched it on for tonight.
Sometimes you have to hit a rock low bottom to actually manage to get up again, you know, because the only way up from that 0-11 he had was up. There was no way you can make that worse. So, like, it might actually okay, calm down. I'm making a point here, right? It might take away some pressure from him that it can only get better at that point, and now he's leading the point. So I don't know if it's just stress relief or anything, like something fell off his shoulders, because. Like, we didn't know him as, like, the best performing player of Secret, and, like, that 0-11 was just a one-time thing, because every other time he managed to pull his weight, but he's definitely pulling more than just his weight right now.
Absolutely.
I wasn't shit-talking him. Come on. It started out like that. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you had me in the first half. Definitely not gonna lie there. But downstairs is the play again. Renault loves his underneath grenades. I imagine he'll go about that again. He has a definite strategy about this in the way that he opens up certain lines of sight, but Hype gets veto. What a good run out, a good jump out there, and he'll get straight back in underneath. Renault is chasing, but Hype says, no, get out of here. Good picks from Secret here. What we expect if they're going to follow the script. Winning this round, but no. Cryin finally trades back onto Hype, but he's already done so much damage.
He did indeed do a lot of damage right here, and something that flex tape alone cannot fix. But Cryin is still alive. Has the opportunity to try and potentially take down KS. And we saw he managed to actually do it before. Just run up the stairs, get that kill, and Ashate now, if he managed to put up enough pressure, now be able to help out Cryin enough. Not sure if that's a Falcon shield though, placed in that hallway top there. It looks like it is. Cryin will be taking it out.
Oh,
Look at all those. Oh, he missed. Yeah, he missed.
He hit himself.
He's done. He's just getting himself in the corner.
He's been practicing the gun of Zofia, not so much the utility. Give him time.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, doesn't it work the same, like, ish as the breaching round? Like, just a straight line with a bit of drop-off? But, okay.
Not so much drop-off for the Ash breaching charge as there is with the Zofia gadget, but that's okay.
You're on 3 meters here, so... Oh, Shate.
Hello?
What are you doing, Cass? That's not allowed to happen. As Shita just moves up, we'll be able to get a kill, and suddenly the complete 90 has been opened up. Not going to be dealing with the Falcon shield as of yet. There's no need. There's no time either, as there's 40 seconds left. Smoke and it's the speed tossed out. There we go. Another kill to come in. Shatter just gets the headshot down into Expo. It's Cryin to pick up a double kill as well. And as it looks like Secret might have been able to win that match off the double kill of Hive, it's only up to Prano now. Shatter gets that plan down. And well, it's a 1-on-2 with a Monty and an after plant. There's nothing really Prano can do here. Shatter locks himself up in the corner. And that means round will be won. However, it will be by the gunfire of Redgroove, who will be putting Chaos into the lead now. First time since, have they actually been in the lead today? I don't think they have been. That is definitely a good spot for Chaos to be in. But hello?
Yeah, was the Lamai concussed or flash? Because that's the only way that makes sense. I think he may have been concussed because what Cryin had done was shot a couple of his concussions in there to try and cook those magnets. And whether or not that radius from the top of the doorway all the way over to that shield played a part, I'm not sure. Or he was aiming downstairs, he had no idea.
Well, he was definitely aiming downstairs, but I'm not sure as of why. I don't, like, even if you concuss, do you not hear like the big cloinks coming up to you?
It's kind of like a weird shuffle metal sound, isn't it? It's very loud.
You hear it very distinctly. I mean, like, you could be in trophy for all that matters, so you could still hear that Monty's walking through 90. This big elephant moving through the room.
Cut him some slack. There was a lot of noise going on.
I'm just confused. First of all, how do you not see it? And second of all, how do you not hear it?
All right. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt. Something went on in those south stairs that we, unbeknownst to ourselves, got the benefit of it. But really good play of Monty. Shate, I've said time and time again, very experienced player. But what I think makes a Monty player great is not just his ability to be able to collect intel, move up, be quite oppressive on the defenders, but also his ability to be aggressive when the time is right. And there was multiple stages throughout that one round alone, which were great indications of a good Monty player.
Definitely so. Well, we're going back to the trophy stat tree, and there's going to be a bit of an extend into AVGs. See a couple of reinforcements there. Is Chaos, however, doesn't really want to deal with it. Shate instantly going up for that kitchen dining, it looks like. There's a player down there. Is he aware, though? Please do not jump down. If you do that, Prana's going to be able to freely collect you. Put you into his collection. But no, he's going for the repel. Okay. Good Monty boy.
He did think about it. I definitely
think
thought.
About it.
I think there was some communication there between the team as to saying, no, we haven't joined it. We don't have time. Focus on the site kind of thing. We'll roam clear another way. And look at this. Veto's already in underneath. And has he droned? Nope.
Oh, no.
No way. No way he droned. I was going to say, there was Prano below. Good trade straight back by Cryan. He's having a fantastic game here, especially on this particular half. A good trade. They've taken out the C4 below. Draven would likely still have a C4 in hand, but they've also taken out the IQ. So I think that's a bigger loss for Chaos than it is for Secret.
It definitely seems to be, but it's like easier to deal with a C4 from above, like from the same like horizontal angle than it would be from below. And look at that, all the flashbangs to be cooked in, grenade to be tossed out as well, second one to come in. But we're caught of the Su4 actually. Did you see that? The shrapnel blew up that nitro cell, and that meant that Red Groove, and you know, he gets to keep his life. Yeah, for sure. Like the grenade didn't get the kill, something that might have been intended, but he saved the life due to it. That's still worth it, in my opinion. And Shate now will be hot droned in, spots that one player behind the smoke. Double impact is being explored, but will not reign successful. Scrying a bit too far forward, not far enough onto the back of that desk.
Cryan looks very confident today. I don't know what it is. Maybe because there's less expectations on this particular matchup, but the way he's moving, the way he's confidently pushing up into certain parts of the map, it's good to see the Cryan that we once knew be quite confident. But KS, he'll collect renewals, and now they need to be careful of this opening that they've made in bedroom because it works both ways. Impact will come shooting over and take a lot of the health out of Shate. And now they're trying to bait those smoke bays, but Hive, he'll get Red Groove, and now Shate, he's going to have to be a gun here, but he'll almost lose his life as a result.
He definitely almost loses his life, but what can he really do? He's going to get flanked. Expo comes in from that bathroom, comes up with the SMG. It's the last couple of rounds into the back of the Monte, and with that, Secret bring it back to a 5-5. And that means, Jess, we're going yet again to a full 12 rounds. The question will be, however, is Chaos going to draw, or will one of these two teams walk away with a win?
As the script states, I'm currently looking at the script because I'm a good girl and I print it out, you know, just as Ubisoft intended, make sure that we know exactly what's going to happen every game. And it says here, teams go back and forth on Villa consistently. Last round is they're going to Team Secret because Chaos win the second last round. So Chaos should win this round, and then Team Secret should win the last round. And then, ta-da, another draw.
Oh, there we go. You heard it here first. As the Nomad is being... Why are we spoiling for chat, actually? Like, come on. We shouldn't do that. Why are we spoiling the results? Now they know it's not live, you know? It's like either us casting over a bot, or it's like...
We're paid actors and actresses.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows this.
Today is just a reveal. I mean, it's the last game of the season, so we have to reveal it.
Very true. Last day of stage 1. Might as well spoil you with some facts. But we will see if that particular script plays out here today. Maybe Chaos want to run off the rails, show us something different. If they win the next 2 rounds in a row, well, they'll find themselves with their very first win. If they don't, then they'll find themselves rivaling G2 for the most draws ever in Pro League Tier 1 status.
Even though that the one of like Chaos would be even more impressive considering they only played a single round robin in compared to the double round robin that Pro League Season 9 was. For those of you that don't know, single round robin means you face each of your opponents once in a stage, and double round robin means you face them twice in a stage. So you have like 2 rounds. A back and forth, a home and away match if you would compare it to football.
I think that was a goo mine that Veto was just able to spot through the drone hole. What unluckiness to have a goo mine over in 90 hallway and it just be right near a drone hole easily collected from outside. Hype has been feeling himself in this particular half, knowing that he's been hitting heads like no tomorrow with his SMG. Needs to be a little bit careful as that's a bit of a precarious angle to hold and he still has many goo mines to deploy over the round. But drones will rain throughout the map. It's been a long day, Hap. I don't know how many hours we've been casting so far, and it's 7:30 a.m. here in Australia. So my
it's
English is
11:30
slowly
here.
At night.
Yeah. PM.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
I know, you're starting around this time anyway. 1 minute 47. Chaos. Slowly moving through. They have this shield. But they spot out a shield as well. This is a shieldception to come in. How are they going to be dealing with this? Hope that they have some impacts left on Crying. I think they do have. It's Veto up here on 90. He's not being contested. If they get a drone, and they could just simply go for a repel. Oh, wait. Hive is actually there. And there's a shield there as well. Can we just quickly highlight that in the 90 hallway under the second archway where Hive is playing? There we go. You see these ADSs again in the doorway. You see the shield up there. So there's nothing they can really do against it. They need to throw in 4 throwables. And even if they get the impact in, there's one my discs above it. So there's no way they can get it unless they go from below. And while Crying is definitely playing here, all he needs is a ping. He just needs to be guided into the right direction. As he does get, well, shown a little bit of an opponent. Draven just walking by. He's going to escape with his life. Don't get thrown into the piano. Catch some air. Take a quick nap as Shate moving in. You saw that the smoke canister got caught up by that one my disc. It means they cannot go for the free plant that they wanted to. Gumine will miss. How many smoke canisters are left? 3 smoke canisters on Expo. Should be enough to stop that plant from happening for the remaining 30 seconds in the rest of this round. Crying, you need to move now. Draven comes in with that C4. Will be taking care of that multi. There's still going to be that Vulcan shield in the middle of the site that they potentially will have to deal with. And there should be a round for Secret. There's no way that Chaos can win this. There's still 2 or 3 smoke canisters left. There's fire in the middle of the site right now. People are falling left, right, and center. As Veto dropped, it's only up to Crying. There's 10 seconds to try and clutch this out, but he will fail to do so. It's Browner with a double kill to end it up. Secret will be the first one to reach that match point, and it's up to Chaos now to try and fight back and put themselves up onto another draw.
Well, looks like the script wasn't right today. At least not my version of the script here. Maybe it's been updated since I printed it out, but Chaos now can only walk away with a draw or a loss. And well, they're going to be wanting any points they can get from this because you don't want to be sitting on the bottom of the leaderboard this way. You don't want Secret to outdo you. When you've been having such a close season, I mean, we've got to point it out here, Hap. All of those draws came from the fact that they were 1 round away from winning. Essentially, yep. Let's make the assumption that they end on 6 and then their opponent on 5 and therefore it equals in a draw. That's 1 round away from a win. Had half of those draws gone into wins, we would have seen them top 5.
Definitely true. They would have been top 5. Imagine if they all went there, they would have been top of the league.
Yep. So it's close. We can't say that Chaos is a bad team necessarily because they sit at the bottom of the leaderboard. It's just that they get so close and they can never seem to, I guess, end it out the way that is needed. And now if they lose this particular round, then Secret will walk away with their win, and Chaos will walk away from this stage with no wins whatsoever, which is not indicative of the team I think we know them to be.
Very nice little setup. I like what they're doing here. Just reinforcing that middle wall, putting some barbed wire next to it as well. Most likely will be to deny a line of sight onto those red stairs. Rotation will be made right next to it. So that they're looking to play inside of Living as well, just like we have seen Chaos do when they were on their defense. Their round was super successful. They managed to get 2 kills out of it. But look at how heavy they are invested into that living room. You see 2 reinforcements as well, some barricades left, right, and center. They have everything needed to make sure that no one will be entering from there on.
We'll see whether or not Veto can switch things on. We've seen him be a playmaker for Chaos time and time again, on the IQ specifically. So if he's able to get one of those opening kills or even have some impactful kills throughout the round, it could really shape this up for the draw that Chaos are looking for. But they've already got vertical control. Renault's absolutely slapping the ground below him, getting all of the verticality above sight that he needs. How many C4s have we got here? We got 1, 2, and of course the pulse scanner as well. That cardiac sensor will give Chaos the opportunity to tell Hive exactly where to C4. There's an IQ above as well. He might be able to tap the head of KS here. This could be real detrimental. He saw it, but it's
Definitely
gone.
saw it. He's afraid now that maybe something is coming up right here. As again, we'll be going back into the spots. There we go. Black Eye will be taken care of, but he needs to move. There we go. Hive able to get a kill onto Renils. And that is not even the Pulse himself yet. That's just a guided C4 from that Valkyrie. And many people would say, what do you mean guided? Well, it's that the Pulse gets out a scanner and pings for his teammate where to throw it and when to detonate it, as they have perfect real-time information. Because often the C4 of the Pulse himself is a bit less accurate, as you do not have the last-second intelligence on whether or not he's still in that position or not.
Really good time management here from Chaos. They're making it look like easy work as they have that vertical control above, but they're still not spotting Expo for some reason, even though he's pretty much mid-sight, right below a couple of those vertical holes. They should be able to displace them here, but it looks like Veto is playing a lot of these verticals by himself, and Red Groove will pick up KS from Pantry, and that's a good initial pick, but Veto needs to start kicking things off above, and so does Cryan. There's 2 people on the verticals now. There's no excuse for them not to be finding these players.
This grenade could be quite detrimental, but it won't. As Hive will be able to pick him up. Be able to secure that kill. Puts Secret back into the driving seat. And there we go. Another smoke canister being tossed in. Draven, however, will be taken out by Cryan from above. These are these vertical angles we were talking about. Pran, however, will come in. Veto gets the instant refrag. It's a 2-on-2. But look at the HP that Veto had. Hive will be able to take down Cryan. And there we go. Secret will win it. No draw this time for Chaos. Secret will be the ones that will be ending on the 9th place and get an extra 3 points in. And Chaos, they fought hard. They got really close right there in that last very round. But they weren't able to, well, equalize the record of G2 in Season 9 of most draws in a season.
The script was wrong today. Don't know why. It looks like they wanted to end the season or this stage out on a bang, and they'll give Secret the 3 points, and Chaos will walk away with none. But ever so many draws, which means that, well, like you said, they won't be rivaling G2 for the most draws ever in one season, but they will be walking away with probably the first bottom of the leaderboard that they've had in a very long time. Nonetheless, that's our last matchup here for this last play day here on EUL. We'll see you for APAC North tomorrow, but we'll see you next stage for all of the other shenanigans that we'll bring. We'll throw it over to the analysts. Thanks for being here with us, guys.
We are still awake. I can tell you at least that